Hello, I'm Tia Renada. Welcome to Rappler Talk. I'm here in Cotabato City and we're about to speak to Professor Ben Bacani of the Notre Dame University, and we're going to talk to him about Cotabato City and what the upcoming plebiscite on Monday means for the city. Thank you so much, Professor Ben Bacani, for joining us today. I guess the first question we have, since we're here in Cotabato City, is what exactly is the mood right now in the city, a few days away from the plebiscite?
It's a mix. The mood is mixed. No? So people are anxious. Okay, people are excited about the results. No? And people are uncertain also. So it's feeling of uncertainty. So that's why for the past days there has been assurance coming from the authorities. Okay, that it will be safe to vote, so people have to come out and vote, because that's the only way that to make the plebiscite, the process legitimate.
Mm-hmm. So as of this moment, sir, where do you think the city is leaning towards in terms of the vote to join BARM or not to join?
It's too close to call, so because you're seeing, there's been surveys, of course, if you base it on the survey of International Alert, they say that there's momentum for no among the young voters. So, and of course, the proponents of yes, okay, have campaigned heavily in Cotabato City, okay, but you're not sure whether they are voters in Cotabato City. So the figures are also, we're receiving different figures, right, in terms of even the composition here, the demographics of Christian and Muslim voters. So according to the mayor, it's 65-35, 65 Christians and 35 Muslims. According to Congresswoman Sandra Sema, around 85%, she said, would vote in favor of yes. So we're receiving all this. So, and I think you have to look also at the turnout. At the turnout. So if there's a higher turnout, then that most probably no will win in the elections here. If it's true that there are more Christian voters than Muslim voters in Cotabato. But as you know, the mayor has said that even Muslims, there are Muslims, well, she's a Muslim herself, are against the inclusion, okay? Because you make a distinction between inclusion and ratification of the law. That's why the question for the arm is different from the question in Cotabato City. So when that's why they interpreted when the president says, okay, you ratify this law, yes to BOL. Yes, we agree that it's yes to BOL, but no to inclusion of Cotabato. So you don't need Cotabato, at least as far as those who are campaigning against the inclusion. You don't need Cotabato to establish the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao, and that is the main goal of this exercise. So it depends on how you look at the success, the measure of success. What is the measure of success? If you focus on Cotabato and Lanao, and they say no, then you would be shattering a lot of expectations. So that's why the IAG has always put things in the right perspective, right? So what is our success indicator here, or measure of success? It's really, the formula is to establish the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. So once you get the majority of the votes in the arm, then you establish it, right? So, but whether those outside now are included, okay, or excluded, then the people will have to decide on that, right? So please take note, Pia, that for these areas outside the arm, the question is the inclusion or the exclusion. So
can you tell us a little bit more about the strong campaign for Cotabato to join the BARM here in Cotabato City? We have people in trucks wearing green, and then they're blasting mga statements about voted yes. I mean, how does this strike residents, and what's the impact on the community, on the people who live in Cotabato?
Well, they are, you know, they are, we've observed that people are disturbed, okay, by this. They interpret this as a show of force, no? So, okay, and
By the MIL?
by the MILF and the proponents of yes, right? So, and because you have to look at this from the perspective of, you know, whether the MILF has actually accepted the democratic process, no? Okay, is yes, they come here, they rally and all that. So so that is a political, you know, it's a political exercise as well, no? But you know, from those proponents of the no, okay, they say that it's like you know, they're not in power yet, and you know, and now you look at how they conduct themselves, you know, coming here, you know, and disrupting traffic and all that. So can you imagine if they are already in power, no?
So
And that,
the
yeah,
narrative
yeah,
going
yeah,
around.
and that resonates to a lot of people here, the supporters of the mayor, because the mayor's formula for keeping the peace here is really controlling the entry of people and arms in Cotabato City. And you know, people here, those who are for nothing, that once they are under the BARM, okay, then the local government would lose control, okay, over security, precisely because, you know, you cannot stop anymore, no? Okay,
So for Cotabato
people getting in.
residents, the Bangsamoro question is also something deeply tied to their sense of security.
Precisely, yeah. So you see that the stakes, okay, for Lanao, those, or Cotabato and Isabela, okay, are different and much higher, okay, than the stake in the arm, you know, for this plebiscite. Yeah, because for this arm, it's ratification. They're already there, okay. They cannot opt out anymore. So it's just a question of whether, do you want more powers or more resources? Of course, they will say yes to that. But for Cotabato City, that is not yet a part, would you like to join this? Okay, given the record, you know, of the autonomous region. No? So, you know, for instance, would you like the schools in Cotabato City to be under the region and not anymore under the national DepEd? So these are very important questions for people in Cotabato. No? So it's a question for them of what are we going to lose? It's not anymore what are we going to gain. Will we be able to lose? So you see that you need to look at this from, you know, this perspective. You know? You make the distinction that the stakes are different and than just the arm. So when you say that, you know, yes to BUL, so people here will say, yes, we support, you know, the Bangsamoro organic law. No problem about that. It's just that we're not ready to join it, no? Because as per experience, we've seen, that's why the mayor is saying that prove to us first that you will do better, right? Then we can join you. No? Because Cotabato City is independent city, right? It's not even a component city. No? So it has its own resources. It can fend for itself. So would you want to have, you know, another layer, the middle there, you know, to supervise you? So these are just issues of the that are being raised here, okay, by the mayor and by the constituents who are against the inclusion of Cotabato.
Mm-hmm. And sir, because we know that the reason why the MILF and the BUL proponents want Cotabato City in the bottom is because a lot of the government offices of ARM are already here. So I guess the question would be, would it be possible if Cotabato City were to say no, would there possibly be a compromise that the barn could still be governed from here for a few years until they can settle?
Yeah, you know, since 1970s, you know, the center of regional governance is in Cotabato City, and Cotabato City has not been part of it since the 1970s, because the armed complex, was constructed during the time of Marcos. So, of course, there has been moves to move it, under arm, But, it would be very expensive, there's a lot of displacement, difficult to move. But there are ways, like, the Bangsamoro government can enter into an agreement with Cotabato City, so it can be a mutually beneficial, setup, Okay, so, and I'd like to think also that this is not the only and last plebiscite, because the BARM is a national law and it can be amended anytime. So which means that if Cotabato City wants to be part of it, it can just go to Congress and ask for another plebiscite, then it can join. So I think it's not that fatal. I mean, okay, if Cotabato is not included. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So and you don't need Cotabato to establish the BARM. Okay, but I think really it's an issue of Cotabato as a symbol also for the MILF, because MILF was born in Cotabato City. Many of the leaders of the MILF are residents of Cotabato City. Okay. Chairman Murad, as a student of ours here, so he was not able to graduate engineering because of the war, but he was here, and the grandchildren are here studying here, so and their relatives are officials here also, in the barangay and in the city. So this is really, we call it, this is where MILF was born. That's according to Jafar, not the Vice Chair Jafar. So this is, it's symbolic, So you have the BARM without Cotabato City. It is as if, and there'll be some technical problems, of course, So if you are a resident here and Cotabato is not part of the BARM, you cannot run in the parliamentary elections, Okay, so can they be appointed in the BTA even if Cotabato is not included? Okay. Well, we've been discussing this. We say that president can. It's not residence is not a requirement in the law, so the president can appoint. But definitely in the regular regional parliamentary elections, you need to be a resident. You need to be a resident of a place that belongs or that is part of the BARM. So, but of course, you can always just move your your residence also outside. You're voting. So that's I think these are some of the reasons why MI, and that's understandable, I think. But of course, at the end of the day, you signed off to pushing your agenda now under this political arena and democratic process, and the consent of the governed is a fundamental, principle. So that is something that and to be fair to the leaders of the MILF, they've already said that they will accept the verdict of the people here. So which is for me a very, very positive act, because for us at IAG, whatever the results would be in Cotabato City will be contested anyway, and would be controversial, because if no wins here, okay, MILF will say that the mayor cheated, okay, or if yes wins, the mayor will say that people were intimidated and they were not able to vote. So whatever the outcome is, okay, Cotabato is a divided city, so that's why there's a need to again have a process, okay, where you can start to mend fences, and try to mend wounds. That it has been very ugly campaign here. So you must have seen in the in social media especially.
Sir, siguro on the last note, we also see that there's a connection between the plebiscite and local politics with the 2019 elections coming up. We have one candidacy Sandra Sema, who's very pro BOL, and then we have Cynthia also running for the same position. So how does that affect the vote on Monday, do you think?
People were saying, because I was, the mayor, Cynthia, has always, we thought all along that this was really the original idea of Cynthia Gani, that, she will oppose, okay, the inclusion of Cotabato. But in one of my conversations with her, she mentioned to me, and I think she mentioned this publicly already, it was the people that she consulted who don't want it. In fact, she thinks that if she's gonna go for yes, she will lose in the elections. Okay, because the people themselves don't want to be part. And so she just said that, yeah, I will provide the leadership. So, of course, Sema, okay, the former mayor Sema, okay, has always been the political competitor, of the Gyanis here, and they've aligned themselves with the MILF on this question. But in the end, Cotabato City thinks locally. Okay, it doesn't think very regionally, precisely because people here are used to just having their own space here, because they've never been part of the autonomous region. So they think local. So my sense is that in the whatever the outcome of the plebiscite will be, okay, they will vote for whoever they will think would still, okay, provide security, because that's the number one here, security to the city. So whether that is Sema or Kiani. So well, of course, they always talk about local politics. Of course, politics will always be part of this. Everybody has political interests, right? But the most important thing is you align this political interest towards a common vision and towards a common goal. So yeah, so my sense is that people has the capacity to disassociate these two issues. Okay, disassociate. That's why there are those who say that, yeah, even the proponents of yes, are saying that, yeah, we can be part, but we will still vote for Mayor Gani. Okay, so that's what they're saying. So maybe what they think is, okay, it will be harder for you, but at least we have somebody to go to, just in case this don't work, something like that. So it's possible that they'll do some kind of a split, decision, split vote. So
very interesting. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Pia.
We've been speaking to Professor Ben Bacani of the Notre Dame University about the Bangsamoro plebiscite on Monday, January 21. Stay tuned on Rappler for more updates on the plebiscite and the results, and of course the preparations that will come before D-Day itself. I'm Pia Renada, and thank you for watching.